You get tea, but I get no coffee.
It's after 3 o'clock. It's your rule.
Yeah, but you're like rubbing it in my face.
Sorry, it makes you feel any better. I made it too hot.
What a week. We put the house on the market. Accepted an offer on the house, a really great offer. And we were gonna go get the trailer, but then my dad got COVID. So we couldn't go out to get the trailer from my dad because, quarantine. And then we were gonna go out this week and this happened. This is the part where we cut to footage that I shot.
Yeah, the roof, not me.
The craziest thing of the last week. What was it?
The blizzard was super fun to live through. I mean, I do not have to do that again in Texas.
I feel like it was like even a proper blizzard by every other state's definition. You made a cobbler with no power. We had fire, but we had no nothing in the kitchen worked. We weren't allowed to use the water out of the tap. We couldn't use the power, but you still made a cobbler, and that was extra impressive.
Yeah, a whole stick of butter in
And it was delicious.
Hi, we're Kyle and Megan. I'm Kyle.
it. Hello. I'm Megan. Sorry.
This is a visual medium, but you also got to talk. So we've been talking about doing something like this since we started dating.
Except for back then it involved a boat in the ocean.
Boats are expensive.
And I'm too pale.
But just the idea of traveling full time has been a thing. And then COVID hit, and every reason for staying evaporated. And I feel like that's the case for a lot of people. I know we're not unique. So we were originally contemplating moving to a bigger market to do real estate photography there. Yeah, I'm trying to remember how it came about though.
Yeah, you were watching people on YouTube. Well, no, then there's my sappy part of it.
Well, that sappy part plays really well on camera. You should tell that part.
I know, but it feels so dramatic.
She's right. Drama never plays well on YouTube.
So anyway.
Online video is never dramatic.
So this is my sappy story. 9-ish years ago, I couldn't see well one day and found out that my left eye's retina had torn, and I went to a retina specialist and he got me all fixed up after I don't know how many hours of surgery. And I've had multiple surgeries since then to resolve multiple problems with my left eye. And then I've had a couple doctors since then because he moved. And all of them have said kind of slightly different things about my right eye. But the one thing they've all been in agreement on is that they're not sure why my right eye hasn't torn yet, my retina. Not sure when it will happen. They feel like it's a when, not an if. It could tear right this second. It could tear when I'm 60. They don't think quite that long. But anyway, as my wonderful new doctor very kindly told me, I should go see things while I can see them. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah. And I just get bored easily. My motives are a lot less dramatic, a lot less...
I'm not trying to be dramatic.
A lot less, let's call it a lot less profound.
Okay.
I just get bored easily. And I want to go and see and travel, and I'm so ridiculously ADHD, it's not even funny. And so the idea of being in a new place every week is incredibly attractive, like my wife.
Oh, was just about to say you're incredibly attractive.
Our plan is to leave on March 14th. Right now it's February 23rd. March 14th is our 12th anniversary. Go ahead and say, "Aww." So we're going on a trip for our anniversary. We're just not coming back. We concocted this plan and we thought that we'd start getting ready, and the plan was to buy my dad's trailer. My dad has a neat little trailer. It's half-ton towable. We want our half-ton, like I don't want to get a new vehicle, I'll tow vehicle, so we're towing it with our half-ton Suburban. And then, man, just one thing after another. And then finally we were like, okay, well, we have to start on working on it on this date because it has some problems with it. We need to start working on this date. And the day before that date, my dad called and let us know he had COVID and had to quarantine for 2 weeks. The day that he was out of quarantine,
heavens opened up and dumped all the snow on Texas.
More snow, like a record for snow in the San Angelo where we live right now. This has put us 3 weeks behind schedule. So we start working on the trailer. And if you've ever like worked on stuff and fixed your stuff yourself and owned a home, and you know this. What seemed like a simple job at first turned into a much more massive job than we have time for now, because we're leaving on our 12th anniversary. That's non-negotiable. At this point, 2.5 weeks away, we went to go buy a trailer today.
So we ran into more work on Dad's trailer than I think we have time for. So now we're here. We've got 2 models that we're interested in looking at. One is newer and smaller and easier to tow, but more expensive. And the other one is a little bigger and a little older, but it's bigger. So we've got our guy Drake here with our golf cart and gonna get started. I want to say hi. How's it going?
So what we needed to be half-ton towable. So my Suburban has a tow limit of 7,500 pounds. We needed one that had bunks for the girls. We have 2 girls.
Yeah, I refused to turn my dining room table into a bed every night.
For 2 years.
Not happening for 2 years.
And then it needed to be like we needed to walk out the door for less than 16,000.
Yeah. And I wanted something as small as we could because I'm not extremely skilled at towing large things.
One was, how do we want to order these? Size or by?
In the order we looked at them today.
I like that.
The first
That'll
one
make it easy to edit.
we looked at was called the Puma, and Leah instantly loved it because it has an enormous picture of a puma looking all attacky on the front.
On the cover, yeah.
On the front. So this one was the smallest of the 3, but it held the most water.
It's 50 gallons. 50 gallons of water.
Which would be really awesome. I mean, that's...
Because we want to do like a lot of boondocking. Like we want to be out in the backcountry in nature and not around a lot of people.
Yeah. The other downside was it was really, really close to the top of our price point. So there just wasn't as much wiggle room for us to get the things that we'd really enjoy on the RV. It had 2 double bed slots.
Full-size beds.
Yeah. But the living room area, it just, I don't know. There wasn't a living room. It was like a dining room and kitchen. So there was no couch. And Kyle's okay with sitting on beds and he can be productive. But if I sit on a bed for more than 5 minutes, I'm going to take a nap. So I needed somewhere to sit. That was the big deal breaker for me. I loved it so much.
It was the newest. It was 2019. And we'll put the model on. It was a great trailer. Like we walked in, we looked at it, we loved it. It had some cool features. Lacking that couch and then lacking some like real honest to goodness privacy for us.
There was a curtain.
There's a curtain. But it's like a weekend.
No.
That's fine. But 2 years, it's a little long.
Yeah.
For that little privacy. So.
But I do have to say, if something hit the fan and for some reason we couldn't get the one that we picked, I'd probably still get that one.
Yeah.
But we're jumping the gun here.
Then the next one we saw was the Texan. I got to be honest with you. Part of the appeal was the name.
A huge flag on the side of the trailer. That was too much for me. That was too much for me.
I'm one of those guys that's like unreasonably in love with Texas. It was longer.
Yeah, so this trailer was the biggest.
It had one slide out for just the couch.
It did have the couch, but it was so much older.
Yeah,
it was
2009.
It had so many holes in the wall and just dings and bumps and scratches.
But tons of storage space.
Tons of storage space.
And huge kitchen.
The price was right.
And it had the smallest freshwater tank.
Yeah.
And then there was one that we had looked at and Megan kind of forgot about, but I didn't quite want to write off. So we asked the guy, hey, can we go look at this other one? And it was the Salem.
I feel like it was the perfect middle between both of those. It's like somebody just like smushed them together and made this trailer.
Yeah.
Because it was
a little lighter.
Yeah, it wasn't quite as small as the Puma, the first one, but it wasn't too much bigger either. It didn't have quite as much water as the Puma.
But it had more than the Texan.
But still plenty. And it had the couch and the privacy wall added. And then the girls, we don't have to build storage for their stuff because their bedroom slides out, which they think is just super fun.
Yeah,
and it has this big cabinet.
A whole area for just them, which is nice because I love my children, but sometimes I don't like my children, and they need a place where they can just go be.
Yeah.
We sat down and we thought it through, and I just got to brag on Family RV in Sweetwater. I usually don't like dealerships because you walk into a dealership and you start talking budget, and if your budget is kind of tight, like ours, then they kind of start to write you off.
Or they're like, oh, that's fine. And then they show you something double your budget. And you're like, I absolutely love this. How much is it? And you're like, oh, yeah, thanks for that. That's
not so at Family RV in Sweetwater. We told the fella, we dealt with Drake, told him our budget. And he was like, hey, cool. We'll find something to fit. We told them the ones that we had seen on their website, which is it's a great website. And he took us to look at what we asked. He gave his input and even was giving advice, like, because we told him what we were wanting to do. It's when somebody gives you advice and by their advice, it's obvious they've listened to you. That's what Drake did, I feel like.
Yeah, he did ease my mind about the bigness of the Texan. I mean, I still don't want to get one that big, but he made it seem less daunting. He was comforting, not dismissive, or reassuring and educational, not dismissive.
And you know what really struck me? He tried to push us toward not the most expensive thing we were looking at.
Yes.
Having actually listened to us and understood what we've got and to work with was like, you know what? I think this, he said, I think this one would be the best option for you, which I guess now they know we didn't pick the Puma Palomino and gave that away, didn't I?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Sorry. We could never get on House Hunters or whatever.
Yeah. This week on RV Hunters, they've already nixed the brand new cozy, easy to tow option. Once we saw the Salem,
I instantly nixed the Texan. But then, yeah, I was still back and forth between the Salem and the Puma. And I think it may have been a little harder decision if they had been the exact same price. But yeah, I'm really happy with the Salem. Like, the farther away I've gotten from it, I'm happy we picked the Salem. We had to come up with a fun name.
Comment what you think we ought to name our trailer. Now, like, we got approved for the financing, which is funny because we're just gonna pay it off in less than 30 days once the house closes, but just needed that little bit of gap. And they're going over it, they're fixing little things, they're getting it in shape, which is really a benefit. I don't know if every dealership does this, but they do. And when we pick it up, we'll post another video, and if they didn't do as good a job as we thought they would, we'll let you know. But what they promised was that you would be able to drive it off the lot and take it camping the same day.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty awesome. Like, so today we picked it, we paid for it. Tomorrow, while we're not there, I mean, people who do this for the living are gonna pick at it with a fine-tooth comb, replace, I don't know, burnt out light bulbs, old batteries, stuff like that. Hoses, whatever. I'm not a RV technician. Now, when we get our hands on it on Thursday, it'll just be us getting the little things that we want to make it feel homey, not stuff that's broken.
So we want to like install some water filtration. We want to put solar on the roof, like that sort of stuff. We can just spend our time and effort doing that instead of fixing it up ostensibly, we hope.
So it'll be as perfect as that trailer can possibly be tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, Thursday, when we pick it up.
So I'm still skeptical of dealerships in general, but
it was pretty awesome.
This dealership was fan-freaking-tastic.
I mean, I feel like we probably paid a little more for it than if we had bought it from some random person who was trying to just get rid of it.
Yeah.
But we would have bought it from that person and then had to fix it up. So I feel like it's kind of
worth it. We should have said this earlier. We're not experts. We don't actually know what we're doing.
I know less about what I'm doing right now.
We're not even making this video for you. We're making it more for us to watch later, but you're more than welcome to come along. We may 6 months in hate it, and we'll tell you. We'll be honest. Yeah. If things didn't work out with the dealership, like, we'll tell you. We'll be honest. We don't owe them anything, well, except for
the money for the trailer, but
thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And in a previous version, after the camera had cut off, I showed her how to do a proper YouTube outro. Are you ready to do it?
Let's see. Something about a like button, right? Hit the like button. Something about a bell for notifications.
You gotta
subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe.
And then notifications.
Ring
the bell.
Ring the bell for notifications. And
comment below, remember?
Comment below what you think we should... Oh, I hit my thing. Comment below on what you think we should name the trailer.
Please give me something other than what you wanted.
I mean, it's not terrible for a random spontaneity.
It's not corny enough to be corny on purpose.
We're saying goodbye.
And it's not serious enough to be serious.
Okay, but we're
saying goodbye.
We're saying goodbye.
Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, ring that bell to get notifications when we post. It'll be at least once a week. And thank you. God bless you. We'll see you next time. Bye.
I do my teacher wave.